Alright, I believe you guys should be able to hear me. A long time no see, as Maximo said. So today we are going to be doing a Power and Revolution giveaway. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the winners. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the winners. These winners should already be chosen. I literally only have like 2 or 3 people. American Predictions, if you wanted to win in this giveaway, you should have participated in the giveaway. Unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and transition this over, and you guys should be able to see my screen. We're going to go ahead and pick country. We're going to come over, and we're going to... I can't hear your voice. Can you not hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? So you can hear my voice. Well, let me turn the music down there. I believe that should be better. I can, it's just quiet. What is my gain? Let me turn the gain up real quick. Maybe that should work. Is that better? Oh man. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and pick German federal elections. I want to see what this entails. So it's Germany. Oh yeah, and then it brings us into the opposition mode. But it lets us pick any one of the parties, which is interesting. Ultra National League. Oh yeah, here's the... Can't remember her name, but I remember her face. Largest European Union, so we can play as Albania or Montenegro. America First Mapping, welcome to the live stream. The Beijing-Berlin Silk Road entered into a free trade agreement between the EU and China. Oh yeah, we are actually playing the new edition, the new update. So I should be able to. Let's go ahead and. I think we're gonna do free mode rollers. Join my free gift card giveaway. Hey, at least I'm having a giveaway. Oh, Maximo, welcome to the live stream. And yes, Maximo, long time no see. I do apologize that I have been away for about, I guess, 2 weeks. Like, oh, Afghanistan. It is totally all wrong information now. Actually, the political tendency and the regime are still the same, but the government is not the same anymore. Just click one and see what it is. All right, I'm gonna close my eyes. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna just scroll up and down real quick, and we're gonna click one country. I seriously do have my eyes closed, by the way. I'm just kind of scrolling through. So I'm gonna click. Ah, dang it, I didn't want to do Germany, but I guess we're gonna do Germany. Alright, so we're gonna do Germany. I'm with a girl right now, so I don't have much time before she makes me choose between my PC and her. Well, I mean, get off your PC, bro. It's either PG or it's the girl. Which one are you gonna choose, my boy? PC. Vaccine. Right, so PC it is. Yeah, that's how you're gonna have her just walk out of your room. So COVID-19. Apparently Germany is like really stupid whenever it comes to energy production, because apparently they're getting rid of all of their nuclear plants. This is also BS. Like, come on, EU. Why are you paying? Why are you co-financing? Oh yeah, that's what they were supposed to get rid of. I think they were supposed to have done that. Let's go ahead and look at the changelog. Let's look at the changelog. And AFM, this is answers your question. It's called Coffee House Jazz. All I do is I look up jazz no copyright music on YouTube search, and that's what this is like one of the first ones that comes up. I just use it as background music, you know. Alright, so energy surplus. Ironically, we're going to... So I guess it does get rid of the cost over 5 years. But we're going to go ahead and focus a little bit on renewable energy. So EU co-financing remaining cost is going to be... So they're going to be covering 16% of our projects. It's only $8 billion that we really have to pay.
As President of the European Commission, allow me to extend our best wishes for the new year and to give you the basics of how our institutions function. Proposed bills are voted on by 27 countries, and in some cases, also by the European Parliament. The President of the European Parliament will tell you more on that subject. As the head of a member state, you may, of course, propose bills. I refer you to your EU interface and its various menus. During meetings with the heads of state in the Union, you can talk and negotiate directly with your various partners. The President of the European Council will come to tell you about their function and the often complex rules of voting. In regard to Union aid to its members, each state is free to decide on its distribution, knowing that they can only cover certain domains. I suspect that your budget minister will explain all of it soon. Hope to see you in Brussels.
In Brussels. Eritrea? What did the Eritreans want to meet with me? Geothermal. So if I wanted to make like 50 terawatts, how much would the EU cover? So it looks like they have a max covering of about 15% of the cost. So then remaining is going to be $99 billion. 57 terawatts gets covered. What if I wanted to do max? They cover 1%. I guess it goes down. Amen. Wow, thank you so much. Huh, I've actually noticed that the exchange rate between Norwegian NOK and the US dollar has actually gone up, because it used to be only like what, $24? Now it's $28. So I do appreciate that. Let's do 15%. Remaining cost. God, $18 billion for one. Why is it so much? Alright, so what are we doing? Okay, so let's go over to taxation. We have European Union aid. Estimated annual payment is $17 billion. Recovery plan is $37 billion. Estimated total aid is $55 billion. Cap direct aid is $10 billion. Yeah, moderator party. Hell yeah. Solar only, no. Maximo, you're still here? Go tend to your woman. Alright, let's see what we got in the EU. So EU budgets. EU budget, EU institutions. Adopt all laws by Parliament, remove the rule of unanimity in voting, and change rules of voting by countries. We have qualified majority, which is 55% of countries and 65% of the population, or we can move it to simple majority of countries, or simple majority of population. Simple majority of population could actually make a lot of sense, but qualified majority actually seems to be a good balance, at least for right now. Yeah. Does anyone know what the EU national anthem is? Alright, so total EU aid. Germany. So apparently Italy is getting a ton of EU aid. Look at that. Poland's getting $70 billion. Does It Doom gets it correct. Did you look it up? If you looked it up, you didn't win. What do you win? Nothing. And also, they actually should have gotten rid of... Yeah, it looks like that they did get rid of those, like, stupid little bases in, where... Basically, like, they had, like, these weird things where, like, the Turks, like, owned a bunch of, like, windmills in Germany, and, like, the Iranians had control over a naval base in Iceland. So that should be fixed up now. Asia Jala Jokul. Check Albania oil port. Let's look. Oil port. Apparently, wow, they have a literally like half the size of our country. Look how big it is. Recep Tayyip Erdogan is in the chat. Wow. Alright, she doesn't seem to mind. She's playing with my cat. Oh, I want to play with the cat. Joachim, welcome to the live stream. Damn, we got everyone in the chat. Even Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Can you give me S400s? Okay, that's actually a good meme right there. My name is Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Give me S400s. So we're gonna mess with our taxes. We're gonna try to get out of this deficit. Well, actually, I think it's because we're so negative in growth right now. Yeah, we just need to allow better growth right now. Do you agree that this game could be really good if the developers spent much more time on bug fixing? See, funny thing is I don't run into that many bugs. I seldomly ever run into bugs, mainly because I play the game the way it's supposed to be played. And I don't kind of like stretch the realism aspect out of it, you know, because I like to get immersed into my leadership role. I don't like to sit there and like do things that, you know, normally in normal circumstances or even in the circumstances that were given in the game would be unrealistic. Like, so economic and commercial policy in this difficult times is promote the benefits of the European Union and its possible growth. Any economic organization is an engine for the growth in the EU. Okay, so let's go over to institutions. Budget, no. Policy. Harmonization. We could actually shoot for some sort of harmonization. But, alright. Trade agreement. So we have a pact. With the United Kingdom. We apparently have one with Georgia. With Japan. It's apparently worth $537 billion with Japan. Could we agree to an economic and political agreement pact? Could that actually work? Because that actually should be able to be fixed in this edition. Public finances apparently has... Ugh, ouch. Let's go ahead and go over to farming, and let's go over to here, and let's subsidize by $150 million. And that increased their deficit just a tiny bit. No wonder everyone is so mad. And accept. Maintaining ban, and we still have COVID. So COVID is actually kind of topping off right now. 119,000 active cases, 42,000 dead, 9,000 are severe, and we have 14,000 ICU beds available. Think of the low-income children. I implore you that we have begun the reopening. I implore you, we have to begin reopening schools. Now some students are dropping out of school. These students are often left in their own devices because their parents don't have the time or capacity to ensure their education. They're often also lacking the equipment necessary for online classes. At this rate, we are about to sacrifice an entire generation. We have to allow these children access to school, to give them every chance to succeed. What are we doing with schooling right now? Let's go over to police. Let's go over to COVID-19 and schools. Schools closed except for daycares, healthcare personnel, and essential services. Let's go ahead and do reduced classes for all grade levels with health protocols. Anyway, two things we need to look at. For one, we need to look at update 6.73. So we're gonna look at this, and then we're gonna go ahead and get to the giveaway. The giveaway has already been decided, mainly. So I'm also going to pull this up here, and let's go ahead and talk about the changes in the 2021 edition. So this is a pretty long list, so there's a lot of bug fixes in this game. Recalculation of specific erroneous territorial water for port constructions, assignment of maritime wind turbines, access to maritime bases, movement of maritime units, and then correction on the calculation of economic growth problem, which particularly affected the smallest countries like Palestine and others. Correction of the electoral process in Turkey. We have restore surveillance of personalities, free trade agreement opening correction when selecting an organization and free trade panel. Essentially, I believe that means that whenever you're trying to upgrade like the economic organizations that you have free trade agreements with, usually what it would do is that it would literally say, "Oh, you're trying to do this with the European Union." European Union message you back and say like, "You're not able to do this because we don't like you." So that is what that is discussing. Taking into account the fulfillment of various promises of the electoral program. So I think that's the coalition issue that we had. Speaking of Germany, I completely forgot Germany has a federal election. So we could actually test that out. Adjustment of political trends for certain countries, including Argentina and Bolivia. Correction on display of the distance of TGV thin networks, high-speed rail, and transports, gay rights updates for some countries, validation of access to the black market for the Army tab. Japan has now been re-established into the G20, access to the black market of weapons from Army and budget, I guess that twice. No, it's validation and access. adjustment of certain geopolitical alignments, so I guess foreign relations, access to NGO files. I think that's the other thing. Adjustment of minimums when joining the euro. Restore the radius of the satellites and medium level of detail. Addition of wind turbines in Portugal and update of its electrical distribution. Repositioning the location of cities in Kosovo. Repositioning Lithuanian cities in their regions. Onshore wind repositioning in Lithuania. Adjustment of the calculation of food crises. I was actually seeing issues like that too, where basically we would have we would be on the verge of like a famine, like a very, very highly developed Western country like the European Union or the United States. Go in chat real quick, see what they're saying. Burn the rich when? I don't know. Obviously, what you need to do is a company tax cut. That's actually what I'm going to do. Let's continue looking. EU funding display setting. Added various missing translations, which that was actually one of the issues whenever you made whenever you successfully did a research pact with another country, it would actually show up in French. Addition of the people's demonstrations according to the vaccination policy. Fixed random crash following the total destruction of the police HQ. Detective of native resolution if Windows is configured with a lower DPI. Reducing the impact of severe recession on the level of inflation. Someone could actually explain that to me. I haven't played this game in like 2 weeks, so I didn't really know what else was going on. Revalidation of surveillance. Here it is. Correction of the validation of the formation of a majority coalition after the election in the parliamentary system, so that should be fixed now. Revalidation of the surveillance of terrorist files. Modification of the output calculation of cancer-themed queries. Correction of the percentage of success of space programs. So, yeah, that should be fixed now. Good. Correction of the proposed peace agreement with the legal organization. Correction of the UN vote. Correction on the calculation of the immunity rate according to the vaccination tab. Evolution of inflation in regions that have become independent. Stop vaccine deliveries in Europe when the epidemic is over. Update of electoral results in party files. Adjustment of the calculation of number of seats in parliament for the member parties of ruling coalition and managed by the IA. What is the IA? Huh. During general election and parliamentary regime. Correction of the production data for some sectors and comparison maps. Correction of the customization of the national anthem. Adjustment of the calculation of deaths related to breast cancer. Interesting. Added sorting of columns in death panels. Correction of GDP boost after making a free trade agreement with the newly created economic organization. Update of the population of Germany. Update of several data in New Zealand. Correction of the drop in number of soldiers following massive hiring in the economic sectors. I'm almost done. Evolution of inflation in regions that have become independent. I guess... No, they didn't put that twice. Correction of hurricanes and cyclones. Ooh, finally! Finally! And fixed tank shell firing in city battles. So finally, should we have a fix to hurricanes that literally never show up? It's always been like something that I really wanted to see, is like literally. I'm heading out of school. See you, Maximo. I thought you were the girl. Why are you going to school at 2 o'clock? Unless you're in college. Hey, man. Wow, you're donating a lot to this stream. Thank you. Let's keep it coming, AMN. AMN is PG's sugar daddy.
The decree takes effect.
The decree takes effect as of today.
The Commission has refused to submit this agreement for a vote. Certain conditions have not been met by the candidate nation. Food inspections conducted in the country are insufficient.
Well,
The development
this
of renewable energies seems inadequate to us. Taxation on business.
Taxation on businesses in Japan is too lax? Really? Really? They have like a 40% tax on companies in Japan. Do we have a free trade agreement with Turkey? Turkey, we do. It's a treaty. It's a global economic treaty. Oh yeah, that definitely cannot reach a political agreement, but EU is gay. I know, I really don't like playing the EU. I like playing the EU now. I just don't like the EU.
Good morning.
They have a 23 terawatt surplus. They want to sell it to us. Let's lower the price. God, I hate that.
I understand.
I understand what you're saying. It's just that I
Sure.
don't want to do anything
I'd
that
be
you want me to do because I'm gay.
As we do.
Will give us important benefit lower than what we have to pay to the EU. It's based on contribution of our agriculture to other EU countries compared to other members. That being said, we do not intend to finance farmers in neighboring countries by requesting a reduction in the cap budget. We could adjust this disparity in our favor. EU budget. International cooperation. Funds allocated to development of the least developed countries, especially those wishing to join the European Union, and allow them to develop and reach an economic level that meets the criteria for admission. Like how the... Oh yeah, that's actually... That always happens. Transportation, energy, and digital infrastructure in the 2014 to 2020 budget. For the Connecting Europe facility, the European Union has set ambitious goals in terms of the development of transportation, energy, and telecommunications infrastructures. The 2021-2027 multi-year budget provides for these continuing efforts and these demands, supporting modernity and competition, especially in those underserved countries. This has to be through the European Parliament. Erasmus is a student exchange program among the countries in the European Union. It is intended to strengthen the competencies of the youth and thus promote employment and economy in Europe. What if I wanted to see that for $6 billion? Try to kick off a EU vote. CODs? What's going on? I didn't know Putin played GPS 4. Of course he does. Let's do it for $6.1 billion for Erasmus. It's going to cost us $542 million and cost the European Union $2.4 billion. So that'll be our first change to the European Union budget. Erasmus.
This proposal will now be studied by the committee.
You will hear our answer in 1 week. Crisis meant significant upheaval for everyone, but especially for the disabled. Those who are normally well cared for and now find themselves deprived of that care and must turn to their family and friends instead. Their family and friends must improvise at being healthcare professionals at the expense of their employment. We owe them financial help. Maintaining tracking policy. We have a tracking policy, really? Sectors nationalized. We're only making $2 billion of nationalized sectors. 72%. Budget deficit is $219 billion. I've seen intelligence meetings show a similar map on the screen. It shouldn't be a surprise if leaders use GPS for fun. Yeah. I'd be one of the leaders using GPS for. Fun fact, I cannot hear out of my right ear. I can't hear out of my right ear. I have the volume all the way down because it's like I can only hear out of one ear right now. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow to get it taken care of.
Although you're
The proposal is approved. A special meeting of the heads of state will...
Creation. 59% of the EU budget comes from their dues. 18% from tariffs. 15% from VATs. And nearly 6% for plastics. $109 billion comes from dues. We have $44 billion left to spend. I will be right back. All right, I apologize for that. All right, so tax on major companies. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Selfie in our gameplay being used for a mobile ad. Really? I swear to God, if they used my footage, I'm gonna be pissed. Wasn't my footage? I am not letting the Chinese like copyright my footage. If it was my footage, they're gonna get in trouble because I'm very avidly against the Communist Party of China. I literally say, hey, guys, remember, Taiwan is a country. Taiwan is a country. Very much. Taiwan is an independent country. They deserve freedom. So, you guys, if anyone out there, especially Chinese web makers, if you're trying to use my footage, Taiwan is a country. Just wanted you to know.
Welcome, everyone. The meeting will take...
The meets. Oh, come on. Come on. Chinese Communist Party. The CCP is gay. Just so you know. CPC, CCP, it's the same thing. Ugh. Let's abstain. I don't know why they don't want to do more for... Oh, I thought... Oh, well, then we're gonna abstain. You better watch. China's gonna get you. I don't care. I mean, technically, for those who are like, "Oh my God, it's the CPC, not the CCP." Okay, is it Beijing or is it Peking? Which one is it? Which one is it? It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Like, if you actually say Beijing in Chinese, it literally sounds like Peking or Peking. It's Peking, for one. It's like it's like Peaching. Peaching. That's how you say it in Chinese. And that's why the Romans would call it Peking, because it was like Peking is a Romanized version of Beijing. It's just in modern times they have come to call it Beijing. I believe, I don't remember the reason why they kind of changed it from Peking to Beijing. But yeah. Like, oh, it's the CPC, not the CCP. Okay, it's Peking or Beijing. Doesn't matter. Is it racist or extreme gamer? That's my favorite. It's not the same thing. Alternative transliterations is not the same as calling the CPC Chinese Communist Party instead of the Communist Party of China. But it still comes out the same. Like, yeah. That's the other thing. It's like People's Republic of China, Republic of China. Technically, they're not the same thing.
The bill has
Which, speaking of, I'm actually going to go ahead and... Uh-oh. Oh, okay, never mind, that works. Gaga Lord, what's going on? World without COVID. Taiwan. Let's go ahead and play the greatest country in the world as of right now. Isn't Republic of China just Taiwan? Yes, it's the formal. And that's actually my point, is that yes, the formal way of saying it is the Chinese or the Communist Party of China. That is the formal official name. But, you know, if you're just going to be like, oh, well, it's the communist, it's the Chinese or Communist Party of China. God, even I'm stumbling up in my words. Man, we're just flowing in with the donations today. Thank you guys so much. At least I know I'm gonna... It's actually my birthday month. Actually, that's what I meant to say, actually. This is actually my birthday month. My birthday is September 20th. So I expect you guys will be getting your mother's credit cards ready for September 20th. Liechtenstein would defeat every nation in the world in a war. Let's see how we're doing. 4.25. We actually have positive growth. So in response, playing Taiwan so Chinese won't steal the footage when it's the greatest gamer moves. Now they can't use my channel because I played as Taiwan. All right, guys, should we liberate West Taiwan? Liberate. All right, here's another pro gamer move. Taiwan playthrough, let's go. I should actually do a Taiwan playthrough. You know what, actually? That's actually going to be the next playthrough series. Let's do it. Unite West and East Taiwan. PG, the biggest propaganda producer for China. I love you guys so much. Oh man. Commandos, the Peking. Peking. I keep saying Peking. It's Peking. Okay, so what is our farming ads? Boo, farming. Let's do $50 million. Comrade PG. You should change the stream name Republic of China, Taiwan, Reconquest of Western Taiwan.
I must.
Which actually, speaking of, Oh man, why is our farming so low? Active population 5%. We are importing $53 billion worth of food and exporting nearly $13 billion. Chinese intelligence officers are now peaking at PG stream without a word. Undernourished population. Organic. Let's do organic farming. Alright, that's actually gonna work. And the goal here is to sign a free trade agreement with the United States. Which actually, in real life, is exactly what Taiwan is setting out to do. Let's look up some news on Taiwan. And before we get this playthrough basically started, I want to go ahead and look at the winners of the giveaway. Let's look. So there's this one. So one of them, I definitely thought that was a winner. And these guys will. So I'm gonna go ahead and. Okay, so this is gonna. This is kind of be funny. So one of the winners is this guy named Horny, and I will post the pictures on my community tab, so make sure to look forward to them. I only had 2 codes to give away, unfortunately. So Horny has won the first one, and it was basically a picture. It said, "Me and South Korea nearly getting rid of my whole deficit. And then North Korea about to declare war on me." It shows the Fallout guy, Fallout Vault Tech representative in Fallout 4. He's like, "I'm gonna stop you right there." So. So I am emailing him. He is the winner. Yes, we're becoming CCP members because of PG. Don't become traitors. Become Taiwan members. Hopefully these guys haven't gotten. Hopefully these guys haven't gotten the game already. Should have just. I just been up. I was up in Nebraska, for like a week, so I kind of didn't have access. Alright, now everyone who's watching this stream at a Chinese phone, speak up. PG Trader, there's only one country in the world, and that's Liechtenstein. Aren't you from Switzerland? Yeah, you are. CHF. Oh, look at that, a terrorist organization in Hong Kong. 10 million sympathizers. What is the population of Hong Kong? 16. Jesus Christ, that is a lot of sympathizers. Liechtenstein is basically Switzerland, just smaller. What was Liechtenstein doing during World War II? 10 million terrorists. Probably. Let's go ahead and start funding them. Oh yeah, let's see what kind of news is coming out of Taiwan right now. Taiwan scrambles jets against renewed Chinese military activity. Chinese pop star cuts ties with watch brand over Taiwan comments. And Taiwan says 19 Chinese warplanes entered their air defense zone. Poland is also donating 400,000 doses of AstraZeneca of the AstraZeneca vaccine to Taiwan. Taiwan detects warplanes as vaccine arrives in Poland, from Poland. Taiwan warns Honduras of false initiatives to switch allegiance to Beijing. Wait, really? Huh. Honduras was actually one of the only countries that still recognizes Taiwan, but it looks like that Honduras is switching their allegiance. Wait. Taipei slams ploys to sabotage Taiwan's diplomatic relations after Honduran presidential candidate hints at a switch. Honduras is one of the 15 countries that has formal relations with Taiwan. Which actually, if you guys have actually heard, who was it? Lithuania has actually said that they actually have closed diplomatic relations with Beijing, and they've actually opened them with Taipei. So they actually are allowing the Taiwanese to open a diplomatic office in Kaunas, or Vilnius? Birth month. Hell yeah! Boy, we got a lot of it rolling in today. Thank you so much, Amen. I'm Lithuanian. Hell yeah! You're in a very based country. Very, very based. Currently I have really good relations with the illegitimate government of Myanmar. Oh yeah, that's what we need to do. We need to do an economic market called the Milk Tea Alliance. Swear to God, if we make the Milk Tea Alliance a Chinese join, I am Chinese from Chengdu. Really? Where is Chengdu? Is that a city or is that a region? You said a region, I can actually probably tell where it is. Sichuan, Yunnan, Tibet's the greatest that needs to be independent. Xinjiang. I believe Chengdu is a city. Aha, Wuhan. Yes, long live the CCP. Oh man, get out of my chat. Get out of my chat. We don't support your kind here. It's in southern China. Chengdu sounds very, very familiar. There's Nanning. It is a city, okay. So is it in the Guangdong region? There's Macau, Guangzhou, Dongguan, Zhanggang, Shenzhen. Can you tell me a big city that's next to? Or can you tell me the region? Chowking, Gomer West. What's it called again? Chengdu. I already see the future when my mom asked me why I spent money on a YouTuber named PG. Wow, guys, thank you. This is awesome. There's Lhasa. Chengdu? So it's in the Sichuan region. Chengdu. Okay, so yeah, right as you said Sichuan. So yeah, I found it. Nanchong, Chongqing. Oh yeah, so it's right next to Chongqing. Well, here's the region of Chongqing. Even though Luzhou is in my family getting bankrupt because of me one day. Hell yeah! Spend your mom's credit card on me. Great. Now find Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Is it even in the game? Southampton, Portsmouth, Brighton, Sheffield, Leeds, Bradford, Manchester, Bolton, Liverpool, Kingston. New to watching you live, huge fan of the economic guides, but have you ever thought about doing a war guide? Yeah, I mean, I could do a war guide. Edinburgh, Glasgow. Yeah, no, I cannot find that. There's Belfast. He was studying engineering and building a villa for a party member. Alright, let's go ahead and play this. Type spaces. So we're gonna do United States. We're gonna increase diplomatic relations with the United States. So we're gonna go to education, legislation, foreign exchange, and suggest foreign exchanges. Refuse! Do not know your country very well. I would prefer student exchanges with countries of comparable size and importance to us. Screw you, the United States. That's just BS. Are you using your parents' money? I'm a British. I'm British, guys. British. Can you play with 0% popularity? You cannot, because you'll get deposed very quickly. Pingjang. I actually know a little bit of Chinese. Ni hao. Ni jiao shenma. Ni jiao shenma. I believe that's how you say it. I know I'm getting the pronunciation correct, but I'm getting the way you say it incorrect. You can do better, whatever. Well, apparently our inflation's negative. Let's do 5%. That'll increase our exchange rate. It's Tuesday tomorrow, isn't it? It took me a minute to catch that. Hello, guys. Hello, Governor. It's Tuesday. Can you start any civil wars? Should I start a civil war? I don't know. Let's go ahead and create a military alliance with China. Let's go ahead and do that, and let's do cyber attacks. Boy, might.
Although
Look at all the production that we don't have. Computer hardware industry, 6.6%. What about electrical chips? 3%. Who has the most? Is it China? It's probably China. Yep. China owns 12%. Apparently the United States has more of a production of it than we do for some reason. Let's go ahead and do $100 million. Only $15 million in profits, which is interesting. You should play as Myanmar as government or the rebels. Very interesting choice there, sure. Actually, let's go over to Army. Let's go ahead and prepare for the... Oh, apparently we already do. Which is actually... I don't think... Actually, this is incorrect. We do not have a... we do not have... a national service in Taiwan. Taiwan actually did have a national service, but they phased it out, which probably, in hindsight, was a very bad idea. Because now they are literally on a thread. But look at how many reservists we have. Look at that. Not 1.6 million active duty reservists. Which is a very, very good thing. Let's go ahead and increase our military to 30,000 conscripts. I want to go up. I would actually really want to go for at least 100,000 active duty career personnel. So what is my growth right now? 0.33. So company tax. Ooh, we're gonna have to increase that. Ooh, we can actually decrease the employer. Let's decrease the employer. And yeah, okay. Cancel the bill real quick, and then we're gonna have to wait. Cancellation, we lose 3%. Ban people speaking French. Alright, let's... Education, foreign exchange, and get that fused. Educational level of your country is below ours, even if travel does broaden your mind. The gains of our youth would be much less than with the country that has comparable education system. Okay. So disappointing, the 300,000 trained Afghan soldiers just didn't react whenever the Taliban took over. I kind of like, my thing on it is like cool Chinese Taipei playthrough. Corbin, you're gonna lose your mod powers in a couple of minutes. Switzerland sent elite special Swiss soldiers to Afghanistan. Since when does Switzerland get involved? In Switzerland, don't they literally have like no head of state? It's like literally just a council. It's like called the Federal Council or something like that. I mean, they could have a head of state. Like, who serves as their head of government and their head of state? So is the head of government the Federal Council, and then they have, like, one head of state?
Perspective and
We pulled out too fast, we did. Unfortunately, we did. Your mom, lol. Oh. Look at that big trade balance right there. Negative $1 trillion. We need to get a free trade agreement immediately with the United States. Farming. And haha, let's go ahead and sign this free trade agreement with the United States. United States Global Economic Treaty. Let's go. We have 7 politicians in the Federal Council, and one of us is president, and it changes every year. Interesting. Alright, so this free trade agreement should be coming up with the United States, but I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quick. I'm going to step away for 2 seconds. 1, 2. I'm tired of being lied to. Oh, I love my chat. We're a special kind of retarded, aren't we? Contract accepted. Let's go. All right, and affected sectors. Anything with a quota on certain products considered strategic by the partner. Tariffs is greatly reduced, 80% on average. Border control very light. Regulations, compliance, and security and health regulations imposed by the partner for incoming products. Access to the member's public market and recognition of the country award labeled by the partner. So now, instead of I think it already does say that. I think I've seen a couple of products like in my time of adulting, and it said made in Taiwan. So we already do have like some sort of like a recognition of their country of origin. As soon as we sign a free trade agreement with the United States, happiness increases in Taiwan. Hologram nuclear fusion. There's one ultimate solution to global warming. Nuclear fusion. Fusion power will produce much more energy than fission with very little fuel, and best of all, without producing radioactive waste. If we succeed in developing such a reactor, we'll have the holy grail of energy production, source of prosperity and security, not only for our nation, but also for the planet. By heavily investing in this research, we can hope to turn this dream into a reality. So let's go ahead and invite the United States over for a meeting. Good old Tom Baden, even though he has no idea where he is. We'll invite him over because we want to go ahead and try to discover nuclear fusion very, very quickly. We're going to invest heavily into matter sciences and energy and environment. $500 million. How much is that going to cost us? Between 2020, 2023. 2023. Let's go. Process for triggering and controlling nuclear fusion reactors, which produces a large amount of energy. I've actually seen something. They actually like apparently made a breakthrough. So physicists just broke the laser fusion record, which generated 700 times the production of the United States energy grid. And then says physicists have also successfully advanced the key device for producing fusion power. So apparently the like scientists that are actually looking into fusion technology, we are very, very close to unlocking the secrets behind fusion technology. Once we do that, honestly, we're never going to need energy again. Well, we're going to need energy. It's just that all of us are just going to be off of fusion technology. There's not really going to be that much of a difference between fusion technology and solar power. Both are essentially the power of the sun being handled by humans. Scariest part about fusion technology is what happens whenever it goes wrong. Let me actually see if we can look that up. What happens? What happens if a fusion reactor explodes? Apparently I'm having a little bit of issues. Here it is. Here's a Reddit post on it. What happened to a fusion reactor if the contaminant field fail? Lockheed Martin said that they can have a fully functional fusion reactor in 3 years. However, what would happen if the containment field is housed in the reaction fail? Is going to be a worse than nuclear meltdown in terms of destruction, or is it going to be small, localized area of damage? It says it will depend on the reactor design. Let's assume the worst case scenario, there is a breach in the reactor containment vessel and the fuel gets and fuel gets out. In that case, your reactor is likely destroyed and the fuel leak will contaminate local groundwater. Fusion reactors very broadly have two main species that are being developed: an inertial confinement and a magnetic confinement reactors. Inertial confinement uses lasers to heat the little pellets of the hydrogen fuel on all sides to the point that it fuses, and I won't discuss them here. We also have, the expanding cloud of gas. When the gas expands, it cools very, very quickly and ceases fusing almost immediately, stopping the fusion reaction dead in its tracks. Unfortunately, the fuel is a mixture of hydrogen isotopes, deuterium with 1 proton and 1 neutron, and tritium. You guys know where tritium is from. It's exactly where it's from. And tritium with 1 proton and 2 neutrons. Deuterium is stable and found in nature and is actually harvested from the hydrogen in seawater since that is a readily available source, but tritium is actually unstable and highly radioactive. Apparently, we're still dealing with radiation because some reactions do require tritium, which is a radioactive isotope. We have nuclear energy, but we shut down the last plant in 2019. Is that actually reflective in Taiwan Revolution? Are they actually a part of the European Union? I don't think so. EU, and they are not. Could I join the European Union? I want to join NATO. Can I join NATO? No, I cannot. Just looking at the diplomatic relations, I can try. Ooh, actually, let's try this. We got elections in 7 days. Ooh. Apply to become a member. Ooh, actually, look at this. Look at this. United States, Mexico, Canada agreement. They actually took what I wanted them to do. It's just apparently they ran out of characters, so they couldn't put the dashes in there. The USMCA, so it is no longer NAFTA. It is now the United States, Mexico, Canada agreement. Apply for an organization. So we're gonna we need to join the United Nations. Don't tell me we're already part of the United Nations. We're not. Oh, it's right here. United Nations, UNO. Yeah, I'm not a part of the United Nations. So, oh, here it is. Ask to join the organization. I completely forgot they had their own thing. File accepted. Will be looked at in a couple of days, so we should figure out whether we're gonna become a member within the next couple of days. 1 gigabyte internet has been discovered in Japan. There are high risk of bypassing intellectual property by web companies and a risk of conflict between our nations. Wait, what? Loss of sovereignty. There's a high risk of bypassing intellectual property by web companies and risk of conflict between our nation and major foreign businesses who would avoid our federal legislation. Oh, I thought it was... Okay. I was like, what? We'll lose part of our sovereignty for the benefit of shameless multinationals. Well, so long as we have so long as we have a free trade agreement with the United States rather than China. If you actually know anything about Taiwanese history, you'll actually have heard about, I believe it was called the Sunflower Movement back in like the late 2000s, where essentially the Chinese government under, it was Hu Jintao, and I cannot remember the guy's name in Taiwan, but it was essentially, there was a talk between China and Taiwan about a free trade agreement, and essentially the Chinese goal was to make Taiwan so dependent off of China. You know, their end goal, the Chinese end goal, is to integrate Taiwan into China. So you make a free trade agreement, and essentially what was going to happen is that Taiwan was going to be very dependent off of Chinese goods, and then their end goal would be to say, hey, what's the difference between giving up your sovereignty because you're already integrated into us economically, and it'll be the same way. You just need to give up your national military and your duly elected government, because one China, two systems. And there was actually a massive reaction in which a lot of young people literally stormed in Taiwan, it's called the Legislative Yuan. So they stormed the Yuan, and they literally sat in the Yuan for maybe like 20 days, more than 20 days. I think it was 24 days. And they ended up dropping the bill. And since then, Taiwan really hasn't made any more strides into integration with China, which is why the Chinese have been so adamant militarily against Taiwan. And now, the current leader of China, Xi Jinping, is now saying, if you guys don't submit to us, we are going to attack you. We're going to forcibly unify us, because it's all about Chinese nationalism. It's all about trying to send a message to the Chinese people to kind of like prove legitimacy in China, which apparently the Communist Party needs to do every couple of decades before they lose their basically mandate from heaven. Again, if you know anything about Chinese history, you'll know what I'm referencing. We're still waiting for this mandate from the United Nations.
No.
Can you imagine the Chinese reaction between a high-level meeting like this?
I hope you didn't make...
All right, let's go. Your scientific findings in one or all domains concerning the objective have been judged as insufficient. Let's try fusion. 10 billion? Scientific findings in one or all domains. Oh, it's because I think it's because I haven't even discovered third generation nuclear power. Energy and environment, fusion, cold fusion. Yeah, I guess we have to wait. See what we can sell. Building, housing, and roadway. Cotton, fish. Do you have any fish to sell? Probably do. $800 million. Oil? Yeah, we definitely need to import some oil. Steel? Software industry? What about hardware industry? Fuel, electrical material, electrical components. We got 1,000? Yeah. Economically, I guess it's just beneficial if we just do a free trade agreement. Membership has been refused between the United Nations. You only won 72 votes, and there must be a 2/3 majority. You're thus missing 56 votes, and your membership is therefore rejected. Have cards for next time. So, we need to make a big note of that. Also, very, very soon, I want to start working on the Brazil series. I'm going to start working with my Brazilian compatriots on the series. Let's do 35,000. I want to get up to 50,000. Okay, so Taiwan defense budgets. What is the Chinese defense budget? North Korea 51%. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Sorry. Trying to. Let's go ahead and yeah, let's increase the amount of commandos that we have.
Perspective analysis.
Your politics.
Your politics are on the right track. God, Everson, when are y'all gonna message me about Taipei Evening Post? Hell yeah. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and look at diplomacy. Let's go look at free trade. Wow, look at that. Look at how important that this free trade agreement is between the United States and Taiwan. Wow, look at that. Let's try economic and political agreement pact. I still need to work on that free trade agreement video. Take me a little bit to make it. Just kind of letting it play, letting the game play for a little bit. We're gonna do it on fast. Everyone go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to support my channel, go ahead and leave a super chat. Becoming a member is also very much recommended. Gaga, you should become a member. You're a pretty good supporter of this channel. I'll just look into doing the monthly membership. Failed, unfortunately. The production of renewable energy is too small and your CO2 emissions per resident is too high. So, actually no. So, here's one thing about free trade agreements. So, whenever it says that your renewable energy is too low, essentially what needs to happen is that renewable energy needs to make up about 15% of your renewable energy needs to make up at least 15% of your what do you call it? Your energy production. So it looks like nuclear energy is making up 13%. Ooh, nuclear energy improvement of the fission plants. So let's this optimization technology diminishes the risk of nuclear accidents, allows us to reduce the production of radioactive waste, and also increases energy production. We're not the first, we're making profit at once. Fuse. Interstate. So we're gonna wait for one of these to clear out. We're also gonna dismantle one of our very low producing plants. We have a lot of nuclear energy. But what we're also going to do, together with nuclear energy, you are meeting demands. Yeah, we have about 19 terawatts. So let's go ahead and increase the amount of offshore wind that we're getting. We're going to do 3 to start off. I think we're going to go ahead and do this as a continuation. We're going to play as the Republic of China for a while. Over 15%. Well, the thing is okay. Funny thing about Power and Revolution, they do not consider nuclear energy as a green energy. That's the thing. So it has to be 15% green energy, renewable, because nuclear energy is not considered green. So, that's the biggest thing, is that it has to be like geothermal, biomass, solar, on and offshore wind, and hydroelectricity. If it's fossil or nuclear, it is not considered energy or renewable. Obviously, fossil is not considered green, but nuclear is also not considered green. And apparently, yeah, the CO2 emissions are going up. So we need to reduce our CO2 emissions and increase our renewable energies. 2.5 terawatts per, so that's 2, 5, 7.5. It's about 8 terawatts that we're going to be getting off of those 3. So that's a good amount of energy. That'll actually help us out. I always forget to unpause it. I always just look at the screen and I'm like, oh, I haven't even unpaused it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change the title of this to Republic of China Playthrough Part 1, and also giveaway 3. Happiness declines, and quarterly unemployment has dropped. Stands at 3%. Previous quarter was 5%. I would argue that it is clean. It is clean. There is no renewable energy plan, especially for the United States. Honestly, it is going to be impossible for a true Green New Deal. It is going to be impossible for a Green New Deal, especially in the United States, if it does not involve nuclear. That is what I hold very close to my heart. I believe that we should do more for the environment. I believe that wind and solar are very good options for us to lean on. But nuclear needs to be the backbone of these new solar and wind plants. If there's not going to be a nuclear renaissance, we're not really getting anywhere. And especially if we're spending all this time and money in order to discover fusion technology. Fusion technology will produce untold amounts of energy for our cities and for our countries. Like, that will be the discovery of the century whenever we discover fusion technology. We will never have to ask for energy again. Because once we're able to kind of like, start building off of fusion technology, like, it's going to be enormous. What's my growth at right now? 7%. It's pretty good. Oh yeah. Let's try this. Diplomacy, trade agreements, and European Union. Let's do a global economic treaty with the European Union. The Commission has refused to submit a vote.
The Commission has deliberated and has agreed to put this commercial agreement to a vote.
All right.
It will take place after.
Maybe they finally fixed where... Ow! Maybe they finally fixed where the United States and the European Union were never able to sign a free trade agreement. Speaking of, I need to start my own. I need to start another playthrough as the United States on this. Hong Kong Island. Is that literally the name of the city? Shenzhen. Hell yeah. What about Shanghai? Apparently there's storms in Shanghai. What about Beijing?
The voting will now begin.
No! 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 Unanimous. It has to be unanimous. Why is it? Nukes would probably be normal to have in the future. Oh, yeah. Why doesn't the European Union want to sign a free trade agreement with me? Alright, so how much of Sudan and Ethiopia have killed each other? 117,000 on the Sudanese side and 137,000 dead on the Ethiopian side. Now their armies are reduced to 12,000 and 17,000. Man, if you ever just want to take over one of these countries, like, just really easy to just let them kill each other and then just, like, pick off the rest. Playing Egypt, just go ahead and invade Sudan. Very bloody. Instead of pocket sand, it'll be pocket nukes. But I guess a new generation of RFID chips. They've just manufactured microchips combining a new generation of microprocessor with the RFID system of radio identification. This new technology allows passive objects equipped with these chips to have an active behavior and to act through a network connection or another RFID. No matter if it is another device or another person under a person's skin, you're not the first, but we can profit a lot from this technology since our manufacturing procedure is very specific. Would you desire to patent it and render it commercially accessible to the world? Let's go ahead and do that. Technological advances are always really good to, basically, whenever you're trying to figure out, like, what you should patent and what you shouldn't patent, essentially, if it's like a nuclear bomb that you discover, don't patent that. Obviously, you know, I don't understand. Yeah, go ahead and buy my patented 5 megaton nuclear bomb. I guess that's one way to just have everyone have a nuclear weapon. Yeah, essentially just, you know, if it's like an RFID chip, if it's something, you know, that would be commercially accessible, and it makes sense to commercially make it commercially accessible, then patent it. But if you're if it's like a nuclear bomb, or if it's like a tank or a helicopter or something like that, don't patent it, because obviously that's something that you want to keep secret, that you don't want anyone around you discovering, especially if you're like Taiwan and you don't want the Chinese to get a hold of that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I think we're gonna continue this. I actually do want to continue playing Taiwan. Maybe in the future we will liberate West Taiwan. It's gonna be the goal of this series. Hopefully, we're gonna have to build up our reserves tenfold, but hopefully, maybe we can get there. But anyway, guys, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything from this channel. I'm glad to be back. I was in Nebraska, and had a couple of medical issues that I'm trying to work through, and also looking for a job. Apparently, actually, I already have a job coming lined up, finally, and this one is actually going to be very good. That it'll actually allow me to kind of like focus on YouTube and make a actually good amount of money on the side. So yeah, guys like this, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, that bell notification icon. Guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll continue this at a later time, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.